Welcome back everyone, this is episode 2 of our Airsoft build series. In this video we're going to be modifying the externals of our gun. And I'm going to be doing something I don't normally do. I usually stick to something pretty basic like a decent collapsing stock or a good front rail system with a foregrip, maybe an optic, a new grip, something like that, or a flash hider that I like. But we're going to go with something I don't normally do because why not? This is all for fun anyway. So I have picked up the Thunder Tactical EM Cannon conversion kit. So we're taking our real world looking M4 and turning it into a space gauze rifle. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a little sneak peek of what we're working with here. Yeah, this is very futuristic and just fun and silly, and I'm really looking forward to it. I normally don't go too outlandish with my externals. I usually keep them fairly toned down, but I decided if we're doing a fun build series, might as well try something I don't normally do. Like I said in my previous video, I'm going to be fully transparent with all pricing. This Thunder Tactical electromagnetic cannon conversion kit comes with an entire front end and rear conversion with some pretty cool features I'll go into later. This kit was $89, which is a little pricey, but it's not ridiculous. I've spent about that much on just a front rail system on some of my rifles, so this isn't out of the realm of outlandishly priced, and it's pretty cool, and we get front and rear. One thing I will say, I watched a few videos and read some stuff up on these, and I was given the impression and led to believe that I would need one of these, and this is a barrel stabilizer. It slots in the upper receiver of the gun to stabilize your barrel. And I was led to believe it didn't include this for this kit and that I would have to modify the one that comes in the rifle initially, but as you can see right here, we have the exact same piece. So I spent an extra $12 for this, and I didn't need it. So that sucks for me, but I guess if you're watching this and you're interested in this conversion, it comes with the barrel stabilizer, so don't spend the $12 to get another one. Oh well. Alright, I think it's time to go ahead and install this, so I'm gonna reset up the camera to get a close-up so that you can follow along. See you in a sec. Alright, I'm all set up, ready to put on the conversion kit, but first, let's go over what comes in the box. We have the front assembly here. I got this in the, I think it's called Combat Gray was the color that I chose. I liked it, it has a pretty good contrast. It's basically silver and black. Really cool red outer barrel in there. And we have a pull tab down here, which I think will light up the green pieces we see there. So let's go ahead and mess with that and see what happens. Let's pull that, and then, let's see, there's a switch down here. If we pull the switch back, there we go. It lights up. Alright. Oh, does it pulse? Yeah, it pulses. That's pretty cool. It's a fun feature. And it has its own battery compartment, so we don't have to worry about it draining our actual battery for the rifle itself, so that's pretty cool. Alright, it has a full top rail which attaches to the rear section. Let's pull that out. Here's the rear section, like a cool skeletonized chassis frame look there. This attaches to the rear of the front section, making it a very stable piece. It is a fixed position stock, which I'm fine with. It adds a lot more stability than most adjustable stocks. And here on the back, right here is your actual battery compartment. That being said, this conversion kit is only meant to work with rear battery AEGs, so keep that in mind. And if we pull that open, yep, as you can see here, this connector connects to the balance cable of your 3S LiPo, and it will display how much battery you have left, which is nice. Alright, let's see what else we have in the kit. The barrel stabilizer that I now have 2 of. Great. We have the barrel lock, which will go over that barrel stabilizer. And it looks like we have a bag with some bolts, nuts, I see a few set screws, and a Allen key in there as well. We will set that to the side here. Okay, first thing we're going to need to do is disassemble our rifle to accept this kit. Before you start and do any modifications on any airsoft gun, make sure you remove your battery, make sure there is no ammo, no magazine, no extra BBs in your chamber. You don't want to hurt yourself. So make sure you clear all of that before you continue. Also, different rifles disassemble differently. They're all somewhat similar, but not exact. So if yours doesn't break down like mine, go ahead and look in your user's manual or try to find a video online on how to disassemble yours. But I will start with my own disassembly. Let's start in the rear. Let's open up the stock here. Gonna need my long Phillips. Try to get this on screen, but it's pretty hard because I need to look down that hole. There's usually just one Phillips head screw down at the base here. I'll try to do it without looking. No, I'm gonna need to look down. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do this off screen. Alright, I have the screwdriver in the screw now. That all the way out, and you do want to make sure that your battery cable does not get pinched at all, so you don't want to pull too hard when removing this. There we go. If we can get that washer, there it is. Your battery cable goes through the flat side of this washer, so it's sometimes pretty hard to pull out. We're going to set those to the side. Make sure we can remove that. There we go. Removed. Alright, let's remove the front end. Next thing we need to do is remove the delta ring. This one's a little weird. It's different than all of the others I've ever messed with, but for this one, you pull back on the ring itself to get into, let's see the one with the teeth in there. We're gonna get in there by pulling this back. I don't have the correct tool for this, but these big old pliers work. And then I'm just gonna there we go. It's nice and loose. And now, should be able to, yep, do it by hand. Spin that until it's all the way off. There we go. And now you can see, you should just be able to, yep, pull straight forward and remove the outer barrel. We will not be using this again. Now this is just an extra. As you can see, there is the barrel support that we are replacing with the one for the conversion kit that I have 2 of. Set that up to the top here. Alright, ooh, I don't think you saw, but I did remove my inner barrel. It's fairly straightforward. I'll go ahead and show it on camera. I just removed that so that I didn't have any risk of damaging it when pulling off the outer barrel. On the Echo 1 here, I just tap out the rear body pin, pull it through, and then it just pivots. Pivots up, like so, and then the inner barrel just slots in right like this, and we'll stick out the outer barrel. But we're setting that aside, and I just didn't want to damage it when removing that outer barrel. Put that all back in. Yep. Okay. Now that we have it all disassembled, we get to the assembly, the fun part. First things first, we're going to take our front section. Oh, not yet. We have to put in the barrel support. You line it up on the front. You can see there's notches that will match up with the notches on your barrel support. Should only go in one direction. Go ahead and slot that in, and then get your collar. And screw that guy down nice and tight. Alright, that shouldn't go anywhere. Next, we are going to slide on the front. It's going to go over the rails on the existing upper receiver. So I'm going to loosen up these 4 Allen screws. They're 2.5 mil if you are wondering. I'm just going to loosen those up a bit. Hopefully that's loose enough. Let's also remove these back 2 completely, because these will need to be removed to install the rear. Make sure to get the nut out of the back. Okay. Put those somewhere where you won't lose them. Slot in the front. Make sure it slides over that collar that we put on. There we go. That's nice and in place. Alright, once that is in place, we are going to tighten up those 4 Allen screws. Get them nice and tight. All right. Now that those are clamped down real good, we have 2 positions for set screws for the outer barrel here and on the other side. So we're going to get these set screws out of the included hardware bag. I'm actually going to pour out everything from that bag right in there. And here we have some small set screws. Going to be a 2 mil. So let me find my 2 mil. There it is. Yep, okay. And then we're going to tighten those down to get a nice clamp down on the barrel. Alright, let's get the other side. Alright, once you have those both tightened down, you should be nice and secure up front. Feels like it. Next, let's put on the stock. Okay. Before we put on the stock, we need to loosen these 4 assembly screws and make sure that we have those 2 bolts out that will slot into here, and that these 4 are also nice and loose so this can shift into the exact position we need it to. And we're going to need to open the rear battery compartment, and the first thing we're going to do is slot the battery cable through. We want to make sure it doesn't get pinched on anything. We're going to put that through into the battery compartment. Having this coiled cable at the rear is not making it the easiest to slot through. There it is. Alright, let's see if I can get that on camera. We bring it up through, make sure we get all of our wiring nice and through without having to pull too hard. Okay, there, that felt correct. And then we're going to slot it on. But we are not loose enough on the rear. Loosen these guys up. Okay, that should do it. Alright, press that in nice and tight. Then the first thing I'm going to do is reinsert those 2. Oh, make sure we get that on camera. First thing I'm going to do is reinsert those 2 bolts up top on the rail to hold it into place. There it goes. Put that nut on there a little bit. And then the second one. There you go. Get that just to hold on. I don't want to tighten anything down just yet. I do have the cable all the way through. Everything seems to be in place. It is pressed up where it needs to be. Now I am going to start tightening down everybody once I know everything is in the exact position I want it to be in. Nice and tight up there. I'm going to start with these top ones here. Get those down nice and snug. And then I'm going to move to the top rail. I'm going to hold that. Actually, I'm going to use the weight of this guy. I'm doing these top ones I showed you earlier. I'm going to use the weight of the gun itself to hold that stock nice and tight in the position I want it to be in. Sorry if this isn't on camera, but I want this to go right. Get that tight. And the second one. Okay. Those are both nice and tight now. Alright, let's do the 4 right here. Sure to get these tight using that provided Allen key. One of the main things you do need to watch out for, I know I said, but when you're sliding any stock on or off, is to make sure you protect your battery wires, because you can easily pinch or pull those wires a little too hard and completely ruin them, and that is no fun to have to deal with that. Alright, all of those are on now, and it feels very solid. I do like that. Alright, yeah. I think the only thing left for me to do, which I'm not going to put on video here, is I'm going to reinsert the barrel and hop-up unit. But you don't need to see that. We will be doing a later video fully about barrels. Alright, ooh, we do need to give it a test while we're here. Let me grab a battery. Our nice 11-1 LiPo. Need to show you this stock. Okay. Looks like this stock isn't going to be... Oh, I have so much wiring extra back here. I might have to do a mod to shorten up all this wiring. Let's see if my 1000 milliamp hour 11.1 wants to even fit in here with all this wiring. Oh yeah, to get that battery indicator to work, you just plug in your balance cable directly into it. And there you go, right on top. You can see that it's indicating our battery power there, and that just stays on so that we can keep an eye on how much power we have left. Ooh, I'm gonna have to find a way to get my battery to fit with all this cable. I did... There we go. That's how we're gonna have to do it. Oh, we're not even on camera. But you might have to find a way, depending on how long your cable is, to get it to all fit in there. Which I think I see a cable shortening happening in my future, but I am able to get it to close, and we have our battery indicator there in the back. Let's make sure it's still working. I'm going to do a little dry fire here, which I don't recommend. It works. Alright, that is going to conclude the installation. Ooh, no it's not. We still have to put our red dot back on. Okay, I'm gonna grab my red dot using that EVIC red dot that we're testing out. This should be just a nice and easy installation. It's already on the riser. We just have to pick the spot and tighten it down onto the rail. I want this guy pretty close back. I'm going to go about there. That is not on camera at all. I think this is going to be the position I'm going with. And then it's just a single 3mm Allen to tighten that down. I will tighten that down. There we go. That's nice and tight. And now we are complete. Alright, we're all done installing the conversion kit, and this is our final product. It looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's not something I normally go for. Oh, let's turn on that front green. So fun. This thing, I feel like I need to go meet up with Commander Shepard and go fight some space bugs or something, because this is straight out of a video game now. Oh man, this is fun. Main reason I went for this conversion kit is I don't normally do silly fun things like this with my guns, and I really do like that it comes with the battery display, and one of the main things I'm getting from this upgrade is I can have a much longer barrel than the stock outer barrel allowed me to have. And you'll see me in the next video installing a tight bore longer barrel, and we're going to get to see how much more accuracy we get out of that. But for this video, for external mods, I think this does pretty much everything you need. I do think I am going to change out this grip in the future. I don't know what I'm going to go with yet, but I really like the look of this. I think it's now ready for us to go do some testing. No, I'm just kidding. No need to test this right now. There is no performance gain from upgrading externals except for in how you interact with your rifle, and you will see a difference in how you play with and how it functions in an actual match or game if you're more familiar and more comfortable with the rifle in general. But for a static test like I'm doing with the target shooting, the external mods are going to do absolutely nothing, and it's all how familiar you can get with your rifle and make something that you enjoy using. The external mods are all about upgrading the look of your rifle and upgrading how you interact with it. So pick something you think you'd like. If you've never used certain things, try them out and see if they work for you. A lot of them aren't going to. Test different foregrips, stocks, grips, optics, all that kind of stuff, and just find something that works for you. Alright, I think that's going to wrap up this video. We have fully changed the look of our rifle, and I'm looking forward to upgrading the performance in the next video, so we can get some performance that matches the cool look of it now. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got a little bit of information on customizing the outside of your rifle. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. And as always, I'm Travis. I'll see you next time.